Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Naarden Park on a glorious summer day here in the Netherlands, where we will see shortly the first game in the BeNe Cup between Rugby Club at Gooi, the hosts, and against the team from Belgium, Hulpe. It certainly is going to be a fantastic day of rugby. With me is James Colvin. Good afternoon, James.
Hey, good afternoon, Gareth. It's great to be here, mate. Bloody great day for it. Great day for some running rugby, and it's going to be good.
Yeah, I think it definitely is going to be two teams. Obviously, Gooi were the champions of the Netherlands last season, and Hulpe finished second to Dendermonde. So we're really expecting a high-level cracking first game. Just a quick brief history or just information about the tournament. Basically, the BeNe Cup is the top four of the Netherlands and the top four of Belgium will be competing against each other in different pools. In this pool, the first game that we'll be watching is Gooi against Hulpe. So if we quickly go through the teams, the starting lineups we'll go through. We'll start off with the hosts, Rugby Club at Gooi.
All right, so we got Zane Gardner, head coach, and Liam Paggett, the forwards coach. And it's captained by number 1, Hugo Langelaan. In the hooker position, we have Jelle van Zalen, Joe Collins in number 3, Arno Macken in number 4, Jim Boerijk in number 5, Nick Colvin at 6, Huey van Vliet at 7. New player for us, Andrew Hull, so it'll be quite exciting. Number 9, Carlos Starkari. Number 10, Jürgen Jorna. At 11, we got Melvin Gale, Harry Leifert at 12, Dieter Brekelmans at 13, and Mumbo Norbesio at 14, and T. Campbell at 15.
Okay, yeah, it looks like a very strong lineup of Gooi there. Starting for Hulpe at number 1 will be Alexis Gillet, number 2, Harold de Moffat's, number 3, Michael Noyim, number 4, Tanguy Bonaventure, number 5, Pierre-Paul Mapul, number 6, Mathieu Close, number 7 and captain is Robin Fassard, number 8 is Pierre Isope, number 9 is Ryan Godsmark, number 10, Louis de Moffat's, number 11, James Galloway, number 12, Maxime Brouillet, number 13, Mathieu Talot, number 14 is Gregor Simon, and number 15 is Gaspard Lally. The team is coached by Alexander Palacci. So yeah, I think two very strong starting lineups. And what are your expectations today, Jimmy?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit confused because last week Gooi took on Dendermonde and managed to put 40 points on them. And I know it's not their full strength side, but coming against the number 2 from Belgium comp, it's going to be. I'm a bit mixed, but I think I'm assuming it's going to be a very tight comp because start of the season you want to make an impression. So yeah.
Yeah, that's very early in the season, but certainly the teams will be going full at it. Our referees today are from Belgium. The referee in the middle is John Cateau. The ARs are Philip Volkaerts, and the second AR is Dorian Delaharp. So welcome. It's going to be a great day. Certainly kick off in a minute or two. Teams look ready, the crowd's coming in. Unfortunately, the game is on the second field of Gooi today due to a fundraising event tonight, which unfortunately takes up the dead ball area of the main pitch. So that's why we're on the second pitch today. But I'm sure that won't stop the festivities.
Surely not. Okay, how long have we got? Another 5 minutes.
I think just to mention some players, I think obviously the captain of the Hulpe, Robin Vassart's a strong player at number 7. Ryan Godsmark seems to be interesting at 9. I think in terms of Gooi, you're probably looking at Carlos Tartari being a huge influence on the team.
Yeah, definitely. He's quite a quick, snappy guy around that blind side. So it'd be interesting, especially when he can link up with those quick running forwards, coming up flat. It's going to
be. Look, I think it's definitely going to be interesting to see how the packs go because I think Gooi's proven to be a very strong forward pack, and they're extremely well coached. as a team, so expecting a strong start.
Yeah, well, we saw that last weekend, eh? The boys gelled pretty good for the. Oh, here we go. Kick off there.
Little war cry from the Hulpe, just to get the emotions going, Jimmy.
Yeah, nice.
Almost good to go here, mate.
Play with a bit of passion, eh? That's what we're here for.
Oh, that's what we're here for. We certainly expect it. So, Jürgen Jorna will be looking to kick it off for Rugby Club at Gooi. Rugby Club at Gooi is in the blue strip. Le Hulpe is in the green and white shirts, playing from right to left. And we're off. First kickoff of the BeNe Cup 2018. Well taken by Godsmark. Charge down.
Nice bit of pressure to start off with. Great to see.
Well, not out, and that'll take by T. Campbell.
That's going to cost him that one. There we go. You don't want to let him run, or him.
Oh, unlucky with that forward pass called by Mr. Kato. First scrum of the game in the middle of the field.
What do you reckon about the packs?
I certainly think it's going to be interesting. I think, you know, based on what I've seen in the final from last year, both from Gooi and Le Hulpe in their relative finals, I think Gooi's got the upper hand, but it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Gooi certainly look like the bigger pack.
Yeah, they know, what's his name? Number 4 and 5 from, they're quite big boys. Yeah. From the Belgian
Tanguy
side.
Bonaviccia and Pierre-Paul Mapul.
They're quite big boys.
Yeah.
Also, they're 7. Oh, we'll see.
Decent crowd in today. Good weather, so I assume a lot of people out and about.
Bloody great day for it, mate.
If you're not down here yet, get down. The beer's cold. Food is good. Rugby should be spectacular.
Great running rugby.
First scrum, here it goes.
Nice. Oh, is that going against it? No, there we go.
No. Strong scrum from Gooi.
Good pressure from the 9, Carlos there too.
There goes Pierre-Paul. Big carry from Pierre-Paul. Godsmark.
Oh,
Demoffarts has to carry it up. Good momentum here for the Hulpe.
bit of fighting.
Yeah, that's a bit of in the side from Van Fleet.
Yeah. He obviously saw an opportunity there, but that ref didn't like it.
Yeah, well, like all good sevens, they're always playing on the...
Oh, mate, I'm not the person to be asking when it comes to sevens and referees. So.
So first penalty for in the side by Huey Van Fleet.
Also not out. Jesus, 10 needs to sort out his kicking game. Yeah, that's really going to cost them. No one home. Oh. Another attacking kick. Oh, no.
Terrible mistake there from Mambo Nabisha.
Yeah.
Might cost them.
Yeah.
Good momentum from Le Hulpe. Now they're on the attack.
And the penalty goes Goi's way.
He recovered really well there from a terrible high ball. Mambo got back and got the player holding on. So good turnover for Nabisha Mambo.
Yeah. Jürgen Jorna with the penalty kick here. Nice.
Well, so far 3 minutes into the game, and you could probably say a nervous start by both teams. A couple of penalties, couple of one forward pass. Be good to see the team settle down and get into a rhythm and get the game flowing.
That's nice, quite nice even effort from the guys, eh? We've got a line out on the halfway. Oh, great take from Jim. Oh, and he saw the space. Harry's through onto Dieter. Dieter tackled a bit high, but nothing wrong with that. Oh.
Quick ball by Gooi. They've got momentum here, looking really good into the corner.
Oh, great tackle into touch there from the Belgians.
Yeah, that's a good recovery. I mean, you would really expect a team to hold the ball and stay and play there, but as you can see, as soon as Gooi get on that front foot. The backs really make sure that's an electric play from Lyford.
That was great vision from the New Zealand-born 12.
This will be interesting, big pressure here. The Hulpe need to get out of here. Oh, big pressure. Godsmark under huge pressure there.
Yeah. He did well to retain the ball
did
there.
Really well.
Yeah, good on him. Nice.
Third by De Moffat's not out. This might cost them even more now.
They really need to capitalise on those kicks, and get them out. Oh, go, Mumbo. Here we go.
Another good covering tackle.
Nice. Good recycle there from the boys. Huey from Fleet up flat, trying to get over that gain line.
Good recycling by Gooi. Here we go.
Here we go. Inside pill to Melvin, and he scores right next to the sticks, Nice.
Great try by Melvin Gale there. It seems that, it just comes from, again, you've got to get that ball out. You know, this back three of Gooi are known for being able to get into the space quickly. As we see here, the replay, inside pass from T. Campbell to Melvin Gale. Good stepping, and there's momentum, carries him over the line.
Yeah, great try.
I think it's something that's going to be quite interesting with defenses, pushing so hard from the outside these days that inside pass is really going to become instrumental in breaking down the defenses.
Yeah, for sure. Especially you can see those Belgians looks like they were pushing just a touch too hard, and it's a perfect opportunity for something like that.
2 points converted by Melvin Gale. So the score after 6 minutes is 7-0 for Rugby Club of Gooi. So I'm sure if the Hulpe can sort out their kicking game where they need to find touch, they've got to try and slow the game down and try and get the backline of Gooi not too many opportunities to get on that front foot.
Oh, it's pure and simple. Don't kick it to the most attacking guys on the field. Pretty dangerous.
As we know, with every coach's curse, it comes the kickoff. You hope your team.
The pressure's back on Gooi at the moment.
Yeah. Well, here we go.
Nice shallow kick from the...
Oh, well taken by Bullrake. I think it's quite interesting. I don't think Gooi will be kicking the ball a lot today. I think they'll be looking to run it.
Yeah, I think so too, especially with this dry weather.
And again, they're onto the front foot with the momentum.
Oh,
as I say, they're not kicking a lot.
Great kick from Jurgen Jorna. Jesus, the pressure's back on for the Belgians.
Yeah, well, now let's see if they've can exit a little bit better than they did in the last time. Hopefully they'll find touch with their kicks.
Yeah.
Well, first they've got to get the line up, but...
but that, like you said, they need to get this kick out if they're going to kick.
After watching the final last year with Dendermonde against La Hulpe, it was quite interesting. It was quite a physical game. A lot of passion, as you expect in Belgian rugby. A lot of set piece sort of play, strong. Just as I say that, their set piece doesn't go to hand.
No.
Gooi have taken it again. Good carry.
Andrew Hull breaking the line there. The big man. Have you shaken his hand? He's got the hand of a gorilla, that bloke.
Pick and go by Hugo Langelaan, the captain. Looking to suck in the Hulpe forwards.
On to T. To Dieter again, getting on the outside. Not quite the pass he was looking for. T to try and clean it up here. We're going here. Nice flat pill.
Bit high there by Bullrake.
Yeah. Got a clear vision of that. Yeah.
Collins to carry in the middle.
Nice. Collins busting through. Look at him go. Big man.
Really good shape from Gooi.
Yep.
And there's the pressure.
Yeah.
I think good recycling. It's really unfortunate that Dylan Berkman's... Oh, we got a yellow card.
Oh, wow.
Yellow card.
Oh, well, that's...
just before 10 minutes gone. Scrum called by Rugby Club of Gooi.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, it's a reflection of their discipline at the moment at the breakdown. The Belgians are starting to lie all over the ball, obviously to slow down the Gooi ball, but yeah, as you can now see, it's costing.
So number 1, Alexis Gillet, yellow card, I assume for not rolling away. This will be interesting, prop off the field. What I really like to see is that the referee straight away in the pocket, no talking. The talking's been done before the game.
Yeah.
Offence, see ya, and that's what we want to see in the game. No slowing it down.
Exactly.
Keep it nice and fast.
Just get on with it, eh? Set a good example. This is what I want. And,
this will be interesting to see now how Gooi go with the 8.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
Again, Breakelmans carries in the midfield. That's
they're doing
ball.
The Belgians doing well to slow down the fill again.
All right, carrying. Oh, it's ripped off there. But here we go.
And Gooi has the penalty again.
Ruck formed, hands in the ruck.
Yeah, so you can't afford to do that in your own, I'd say, 10 metres.
I must say, Gooi are very lucky that was a penalty because the away there.
Yeah, they would have been down 100 metres down the track, you know. See you later.
So what's really impressive about Rugby Club at Gooi at the moment is that obviously they've kept 95% of the team they played the last season. So you know it's huge credit to Zane Gardner and the management team at Gooi. They're able to keep all the players here, and they seem to be motivated more than ever.
Yeah, it's very clear to see that. Also, there's a great vibe at the club at the moment. The boys are
very strong scrum.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to get the push on. Great scrumming by the Hulpe. Offload from Lyford to Mambo.
What a try.
Knock on.
Knock on.
So unlucky there. Good offload from Lyford to Mambo, but he couldn't hold on to it. And it will be scrum to the... Must say, really impressed with their scrumming. 7 men, and Gooi couldn't seem to get a push on them. So
no, very impressive.
Great technique from Lau.
Let's see if Lau can get out of this difficult situation.
Yeah, Godsmark and De Moffarts have to seriously get their team out of this.
You got to give him credit though, Godsmark. He's doing quite well with the pressure he's had.
Yeah, angle. That was definitely an angle. Good penalty from Mr. Kato there. Joe Collins, number 3, going in on the angle. You know, you've got it. I mean, 5 inches from the opposition line. You know, you've got them under the pump. Really, to give away a penalty like that is just.
You just got to keep it simple,
Yeah, just discipline. You know, I mean, it's not the greatest kick, but they're just out of the 22.
That's something I'll be saying to him at half time, mate? Let's sort out your kicking.
Or run it.
Yeah, mate, that's also an option. Just have a run, have a crack.
That's what we want to see. That's what everyone wants to see. Nice, fast, running rugby. Hulpe.
Yeah.
See, this is what I saw a lot in the final. A lot of good line-outs, driving mauls. You know, a set-piece-based team.
And then an attack like that down the blind side. Look at that.
Godsmark. Great offload inside. The Hulpe have got momentum now. They'll want to bring it to the left.
Yeah, they've got the space for it too.
Godsmark. To Mapul. Good carry. Godsmark again. Reverses. Strong boy, Godsmark, making good meters.
He's a busy player, eh?
Must say, Gooi are really slowing down every breakdown. They're struggling to keep momentum up.
Yeah, with it.
Again, Mapul carrying. He's carried a good 3-4 times already today. Pierre Isope takes it up. Godsmark looks for it. Moffarts once. He gets it.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Bit of a
juggle there. Might have found some space.
Good hit by Collins. Very slow, static, not really going anywhere. Need to find get that momentum back. Oh, inside ball.
Oh,
Yes.
gotta
And that's
get that.
Gaspard Lally. Gaspard Lally with a good clean back. This is where the momentum is. Moffat out to Mapu. He's carried extremely well today. It's a pity that wasn't fast. The left was on. Now they're back to the right. Long pass.
Pass to deep. Oh, he's put a chip through. Got taken out in the process. Yeah.
What will you do here now, Jimmy? Your man down.
The Belgians, look, it's only 7-0, mate. I'll just take a kick.
15 minutes gone.
Yeah.
5 minutes into the sin bin. So halfway through it, this will waste a bit of time. Take the kick.
Exactly, yeah.
Could be another yellow card here if the referee sees this as cynical.
I think he's just getting a stern warning, eh?
Sure, it must help that Hugo can speak French and that everything can run really smoothly there.
He's pretty good with the body language, the old referee. You can understand exactly what he's talking about.
Well, it looks like a little water break. Certainly in this sort of weather, the players would need an extra H2O, hey, James?
Yeah, mate, a day like today, the sun's sucking the water out of you.
Yeah, I'm sure the crowd's enjoying a couple of cold beers. Enjoying the first game of the BeNe Cup 2018.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind a cold beer myself, actually. See if I can get Michel Hartong to bring some over.
Is that a call to the clubhouse?
Yeah, it is. Hopefully he's watching.
Now, if you're not down yet, certainly get on your bike, get down to Northern Park. But later today, 5 o'clock at Hilversum. Hilversum will be taking on Sangui in the second game of the BeNe Cup here in the Netherlands. So that is definitely going to be a humdinger. I think Hilversum also a cracking team and really looking to put right what happened in the final, but also to start their season well.
Yeah, I think Hilversum will be wanting to set that clear example of business.
So 3 points, the kick by Muffats goes through. So Gooi leading 7-3 at 16 minutes gone. Yeah, just getting back to Hilversum, I think extremely well coached and well managed as well. Good group of rugby players. Expecting big things from them this season. I think it'll start today. I think you're going to see something special coming out of the Hilversum this season.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're going to be hungry more than ever to come back for that premiership. Also, the start of the BeNe Cup. They're going to be. I think these guys are going to be really hungry for it. It's going to be a cracker of a game, I think.
A kick-off straight down the middle. Moffat's had more than enough time there, and he just, you would expect from a 10 to go at least 30, 40 metres close to the halfway line there.
Yeah,
but maybe he's scared of not kicking it out, so I think.
Maybe he has fixed that. This is his solution. Yeah, that's fine.
So, if you don't know, the BeNe Cup is rolling subs. So each team has a maximum of 12 subs. So we're not going to keep up to date with the subs because they'll be quite.
It's going to be quite a task. But what's your thoughts on the 12 subs, Gareth?
Yeah, look, I think it's really positive. I think I think it's all about getting the players, more players on the pitch. So you can keep a faster game. I think it's also, if you have injury problems or anything like that, it's easy to bring players back on the field.
Okay, yeah.
But certainly, as a coach, you can use it tactically as well. So it'll be interesting to see how many coaches use it tactically. To see if they rest their front row after a certain amount of time and bring them back on later in the game, or other forwards.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it develops the game or evolves the game.
Yeah, look, I think a lot of other countries have done it and done it with success. I think so it's time will tell. I think it'll be interesting to see how coaches and teams in the Netherlands take it on board and use it. Line-out seeming to be a problem for the Hulpe.
Good recycle of the ball though.
Terrible pass from Moffats does well. God's mark. Good offloading, good hands down the short side from the Hulpe. God's mark will look to keep the momentum going here. Taken up by Hulpe. One-up runners, it's too easy to defend. They've got to get their feet moving.
Way too easy.
As soon as they get the hands moving, Gooi seem vulnerable.
Yeah. No, good keeping it alive there.
Forward pass first there, but wasn't seen. Penalty for a high hit.
High hit. Is that the number 6, Nick Colvin? High hit.
Your brother?
Yeah. Come on, mate, put your head in.
Here we go, seeing the replay. Oh no, it's Harry Lyford. Nick Colvin was second man in there.
Second. No, sorry, I owe him a beer.
I think you owe him a beer for that.
Sure. Hopefully he doesn't watch this back later. He won't know.
So 20 minutes gone. The sin bin is back on. Alexis Gillet joins the field of play again. So Gooi definitely did not cash in on the yellow card at all.
Nope.
So in the last 10 minutes, you've got to say the Hulpe have been a little bit more in control of the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think they just had the the start of the game jitters. Let's say still trying to find their feet a little bit.
Yeah, it's it.
They've definitely found it now.
Yeah, the line out seems to be an issue for them. It's early days in the season, so.
I think Gooi just need to win the ball back and start playing within the backs again, because that's where they're looking dangerous. I don't think today. I don't think the scrum's their strength.
No, but I also think they haven't had the ball in the last 10 minutes. So they haven't been able to do much, and they haven't leaked a try yet. So that's signs.
No, that's good signs.
Now let's see this now. 8 against 8, strong scrum. Oh, good hands from T. Campbell.
Great hands.
Putting Melvin Gale away.
Keeping the ball in field. There's your cycle. Good pressure from the 9.
Gosmark's having a good game so far.
Great game for him.
Huey van Vliet carrying up the middle. Once again, the momentum a bit stagnating. Yellow from the salmon.
Nice
from the salmon.
From the salmon.
Oh. Yeah, off their feet.
Yeah.
Good call, Mr. Referee.
Yeah. Hey, he's doing quite a good job, eh?
Yeah, I think so far he's keeping the game nice and open.
Yeah.
And that was a pity that they couldn't hold their feet there.
Discipline, eh?
Well, let's see if Moffarts can get a bit more mileage on this kick.
Yeah, he's got to touch a little bit less pressure this time around. He can take his time.
It's a lot better looking kick.
Good kick. Gained about 20, 30 metres on that one.
Yes, it's just over halfway line, just before the Gooi 10 metre. The Hulpe gone to a shortened line out, 5-man. Obviously, I think with a full man Gooi, we're putting a lot of pressure on them, so they're trying to get the numbers down and the movement up. Oh,
not as smooth as what you'd like there.
No, it definitely needs a bit of work there.
Oh, Gooi also in the back, so great attacking kick. Let's see what the 15 does here.
Wow.
With a gain of about 15 metres there.
Seems like number 20 is on the field, and that is Matthias Lonle. So excuse my pronunciations of the French names. I have to apologise for that.
Why do you think I gave you the French list, mate? I've got no hope.
So Hugo Langelaan pretending that something's wrong with his boot. Probably needs a drink, the big fella.
Yeah, it is a bit warm for the big fella, eh? I know what his ideal playing conditions are.
Certainly not sun.
6 degrees and rain.
Yeah, 6 degrees. I wonder why the rain is obviously for the scrumming. Must say impressive so far for the Hulpe for me has definitely been Ryan Godsmark, but also Pierre-Paul Mapul. I think he's been carrying well for the pack, number 5. Definitely a big man.
Yeah.
Good line out.
Oh, nice
line
from
Van
Van
Vliet.
Vliet. Clean out there by the boys. Pressure's on, eh? Nick Colvin going through for the meat pie. Look at that. Back in.
Nick Colvin with a meat pie in front of his brother.
Yeah, I know.
Great try from Gooi. Just shows great line out on the front foot. Jürgen Jorna picking the right man to hit. Van Vliet going through.
Yeah, it all started with Van Vliet there, huh?
Yeah.
Great line.
I think, like you were saying earlier, that's what we expect more from Gooi to do now is get into those, more open play sort of style.
Just been a bit more dangerous with those outside runners. You can't defend an outside runner until there's a ball.
So Melvin Gale, this will be a lot more difficult kick. He had quite a good success rate last year. It was up in the 80s, if I'm correct. 25 minutes gone, and the score 12-3. Gale. I've always wondered why kickers have headbands. It's not like he's going to get a cauliflower.
I think he's waiting for that one day he gets to pack down a lock, I think.
Nut seems to go right of the post. So the score remains after 26 minutes, 12-3 to Rugby Club Gooi. Looks like Moffat's is coming off the field for... no? I think he's just getting some message from the coach. A lot of chat on the field from Gooi. It seems to be good communication.
You can hear that now.
Yeah. Confidence seems to be high. Jim Bullray carrying.
Skills from Hugo Langlaan there.
It's quite interesting that the Hulpe forwards are not folding very quickly, and therefore Gooi trying to beat that fold. Right. Good shape from Rugby Club Gooi, I must say, in attack. But this team's been to get good hands from Joe Collins.
Wow, great hands.
Oh, Van Vliet.
Oh, straight through the middle.
Oh, and Lyford should be in here.
He's running out of steam. Got it away.
Melvin Gale.
Brilliant. Great run in rugby, Gareth?
Well, look, I think, once again, Huey Van Vliet has proven his value there with just a quick, smart pick and go there. Just look at that Van Vliet. Straight through the middle. Good offload. Carlos off. Good pass to Harry Lyford. Maybe slightly forward there. And then the finishing pass to Melvin Gale.
Good link up. So we've got Gale lining up again, trying to improve his stats here.
Yeah, 28 minutes gone, 17-3. The Hulpe definitely need to find their rhythm and find it fast.
At this rate, it's gonna run away from them.
Yeah, I think just before half time, they certainly in this next 10 minutes, they want to try and make sure that they get down into Gooi's half, keep the pressure on them and try force Gooi either to turn over or to kick that ball away. Gale lines it up.
There's interference coming from the football field next door.
Better strike this time. He likes it. And the flags go up.
Well done, Melvin Gale.
So the score now, Rugby Club Gooi 19, Le Hulpe 3.
taking their time to get back to the halfway.
Yeah.
Is that a sign?
Well, I think they want to try to slow the game down, but I don't know if that's going to slow it down much.
It's only hurting themselves, I think. Look at this beautiful sunbeam factor.
Good kickoff. That's better. Yes, well done. Gospard, great offload. Moffat, great cap. And that's exactly what the answer they need if they can get in here.
They're back in it. Crucial time.
Great carry. Great hit there from Huey Van Fleet. Moffat. Well, that's a interesting decision. I mean, you got an overlap. Hold the ball. You're down by 16 points. You really want to hold on to that.
Well, I can understand if it was you had some outside runners come screaming through.
It was a terrible kick, though. It really is. Oh, time off.
Is there a man down?
Yeah, it's the referee just time off. Unfortunately, we're having to play on the second field. There's not much space for the spectators, so he's just asking them to make sure they go as close to the fence as possible, because obviously safety at the end of the day is number one priority for the players.
Exactly. Even where we're sitting, can be quite interesting if someone happens to.
No, man, I think it'll be. I don't think it'll end well for us.
Nah.
Good kickoff by Yorna. That man Mapul again, carrying. Godsmark seems to be off the field, and Maxime Brouillet has gone to scrum off.
Seen a slight change in playing style from the Belgians.
Van Fleet.
Interference. But yeah, I've seen a slight change in the playing style. I've seen starting to kick the ball a lot more.
Yeah, I'd really like to see them keep it for phases. Build the phases, make Gooi defend. Make them put them through the phases. Try to get the momentum. To kick it away. You're just giving the ball away, and it's certainly not what you want to do here. You're down on the scoreboard. It's all about now taking a little bit more ownership and control.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting to see that Hulpe have already made a couple of changes and Gooi haven't made any yet.
Onderbroeken.
Yeah.
Ja, onderbroeken. Ja, zoals koude. Midden, bij mij. Onderbroeken. Dan moet je terug wassen.
Good play.
De lijn.
Godsmark. Godsmark's still on the field. Pierre Isape carrying for Hulpe. This is better. They want to keep a few phases going now. Mapu.
The big man.
Yeah, he's carried a good time. This is better.
There we go.
Bonaventure. Robin Fassart, the captain. Big hit by Joe Collins. Godmark. Again the kick.
I think they're just trying to apply some pressure to T, but
T. Campbell doing well.
T. Campbell, if you can't tackle him, it's not the man you want running loose through your field.
It's a good carry. There's a support there. Oh. Tackle release from the referee is the call. I'd like to see that replay again. I think first arriving player, I think maybe a little bit hard done by there, but that's again, as soon as the Hulpe got momentum there, kicking the ball away.
Yeah, it's I don't understand it.
And it looks like after 4 or 5 phases, that's like their sort of plan. Maybe is that.
Yeah.
If we haven't made that much momentum, then we've got to look at putting Gooi back. But
the only thing I can see there is you're trying to put a bit of pressure on T to make a mistake. But yeah, other than that, I don't really see anything.
So we're moving into close to the last 5 minutes of the first half. Certainly lived up to its expectations of the first half of the first game of the season.
Yeah.
To have 22 points scored, I think we'll take that.
Pretty good job. Pretty good start from the Gooi. Just see if they can hold on to it or build on it.
Yeah.
Great take.
Don van Dongen on the field. It's his first line out. Oh, Hugo Langelaan breaking off the maul. Strong carry.
Great run from Dita there. Set up a nice ruck. Clean up. Huey Van Fleet through the middle onto T. The ref's seen something here. I didn't see that. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see anything. I'm sure the team of 3 have seen it. It'll be unfortunate if... looks like Harry... Oh, here we go. Do we see anything? Yeah, he's pulling the hair. Oh, yellow card for Harry Lyford.
Yeah.
Obviously retaliation. Punching.
Yeah.
So, Gooi down to 14 men with 4 minutes to go in the first half.
It's a bit of a blow to Gooi. The playmaking centres. Let's see how they do without him.
Yeah, once again, I think it just it comes down to that discipline. This could be a way back for Hulpe into the game.
Yeah,
sure. You've definitely got to cash in here and try to score some tries and get that score up and put the pressure on Gooi. And like you say, with Lyford out of the midfield, Nick Colvin's moved into the midfield, and surely a centre against a back row, you've got to back yourself.
This could be interesting.
There we go, off the top. Straight away, Moffat's into that channel. A little bit of a
pass. It's one of those 50-50s. It's again letting Hulpe down.
Collins.
Joe Collins on the wing. Look at
the
him
big
go.
boy, great offload.
Dita getting outside. Good support from the boys.
Oh, it's a great steal.
Who's that? Who is that?
It's a great steal.
Great steal. Number 16. Great steal from number 16 there.
Gonzalo Moreno. Great steal from number 16, Gonzalo Moreno.
Pretty solid looking guy too. It's pretty hard to get someone like that off the ball.
Once again, when Gooi do get into the outside channels, they look dangerous. So
again, they're just missing that one guy that inside couldn't get enough support.
Looks like the big man, number 5, Pierre-Paul Mapoul, just getting a bit of attention. You'd hate to lose him now. It's been a stalwart
big ball carrier
for Hulpe. I must say the last 8 minutes have been a bit, side-to-side rugby.
Yeah. I think it's just maybe a reflection of the heat they have today, and it's over a minute and a half to go. Boys are starting to take the foot off the pedal, I think.
Well, joining us on the field now, number 17 is Mehdi Chokrani, replacing Pierre-Paul Mapoul. Seems to have a slight thumb injury. Chokrani certainly looks like a big boy, number 17.
Yeah, he's got some length in him, eh? I'm assuming he's a line-out jumper.
What gave it away, the taping around his legs?
I didn't actually see that, to be honest. It's staring right at me.
Good carry again there by number 8, Pierre Isope. The go-to man, Moffat. Late pass delayed with great effect.
Good recycling.
Moffat's
there.
again with the little chip.
Oh, again kicking to T. Campbell.
Dieter Breakermans with the knock-on.
Ah,
I think both teams will be looking forward to half-time just to reset. By the looks of it, getting very scrappy at the moment as Thomas Witterball makes his way onto the field.
Oh, nice. That's
Youngster.
going to be good to see one of these Dutch youngsters, showing what he's got. He's got a lot to
Replacing
give.
Dieter Breakermans. Yeah, he's an exciting player. He's come through the pathway of Rugby Netherlands, played in all the age grade national teams and into the NTC, and now his first season last year in the Eraklasse, which seemed to go pretty well.
He's a great player. I enjoyed playing with him, and it's just
Definitely
eagerness.
attacking player.
Yeah,
He's
definitely. Yeah.
He likes to run with the ball in hand and runs good supporting lines. So
He's got that quick change of pace as well. It's hard to get your hands around him.
hopefully we haven't given him the commentator's curse.
Oh yeah, that's not the idea here, mate.
So 40 minutes has gone up on our clock. Obviously, it's referee's time. He's the master of time, so I'm sure there's a couple of minutes extra time with the injuries and stuff that we've had.
If not last play.
Oh, there we go. Tight head. Andrew carries off the back of the scrum. Needs support.
He's doing a good job from 8 there.
Mackin carrying. Yorna.
Oh, nice attacking kick.
Well, I don't know if that was a good
I
attacking
think I spoke
kick.
too early on that one. I thought
Yeah.
it looked like it was going to go a bit deeper from this angle.
Once
but,
again, I think just hold it. You're one man down. Keep it in hands. Moffat's again with the kick. Across the field, taken by Gale. Into Campbell. Now to Mumbo. What can he do?
Ooh.
He needs support. Van Fleet picks it up. Campbell. Mackin.
Oh, Andrew Hull on the outside, keeping the width.
Campbell seems to have slotted in at 10. Langelon carries hard. Oh, might be a good steal. No, he lost it.
Almost.
Carlos. Van Fleet. Yorna. Gain number 16. Good carry from Don van Dongen.
Great carry. Getting past that gain line.
Oh,
There's also been another player that's really surprised me. Going back to 4 years ago when I first started playing with him. It was good. And now look at him, he got to captain the national team, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, referee, time off. I think it's just a safety call. There we go, we see here in the replay.
Feet
Yeah.
over the head. That's what the ref's looking for.
I think it's just a safety call. These days it's imperative that player safety, player welfare is the number one priority through any referee in World Rugby and any organisation. So it's taken very, very seriously. As we can see, there's Dr. Paget on the field.
Oh, yeah. Surely this has to be the end
Tackles
of the
seem
half.
to be okay, nothing much in it. I mean,
To be honest, it didn't look that vicious, but yeah, I'm not the one who got tackled. So
yeah, mind you, these days, there's not much between what's right and what's wrong, and it can go with even the right intentions, it can go the wrong way for you. And players have to be careful. If you lift a player off the ground, you need to make sure you return him to the ground safely.
I think it's part of your responsibility once it's got to that point.
And I don't think I've ever seen a player return a player to ground safely yet.
Nah.
So usually once you're in the air, it's usually a penalty or a card for you. Good retention of the ball there, but not going very far. Looks like Van Vliet's going to go off. Maybe just to make sure that he's okay. There is no HIA in the BeNe Cup, so there's no head assessment. So if a player is deemed to have concussion, it's someone thinks he has, and it's rather recognise and remove rather than take any risk with that. But also, a player may not return after receiving a head assessment.
I think that's a smart decision. It's not something you want to be messing with. So. Boy, is the penalty here.
Yeah, I think interesting call there. I think Collins at number 3 is taking a lot of pressure from Hulpe. They're putting a lot of pressure on their ball, and I think Gooi will have to rectify that.
Okay, line out here on the 5.
On the 5.
Great kick from Jordan Jorna.
Well, I think we've got to put our money on a driving more here, Jimmy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The backs are, to be honest, the backs are more dominant here than the Gooi backs. I think to do them all against a pretty big pack like that. What do you think?
Yeah, I would think. I'm going to think that Hulpe are not going to contest in the maul here. They'll make it difficult. Oh, there we go. Double compete from the 5 meters from their line. Just shows confidence that they have in making sure that they put pressure on it worked.
Gooi has a scrum here.
One back less, so nice blind here to work with. Very good to see the.
Yeah. Maybe Andrew Hull has a crack
Andrew Hull has a crack here, maybe.
I think the odds are in
Collins
Andrew
has got to keep it straight. And let's see, there comes the pressure through the tight head. Jorna. Oh, there we go.
Spills it.
Fassard cleans it up for Hulpe. Oh, is that a turnover? No. Carried by the hooker, Harold de Moffat. Brayer. Oh, great offload there.
Oh, look at him go.
Gaspard Lally.
Great
tackle by
tackle.
T. Campbell. Oh, that was a great turnover. You really thought Gaspard Lally, I mean, he's had, what, three, 4 line breaks already in the first half. Just no one off his shoulder. You know, Gaspard Lally, if he has anyone off his shoulder, that's the try time.
Exactly, it's a dangerous. It just sucks that he doesn't have anything to any support around him, because he was next guy to catch that ball was away then.
Yeah, I must say, pretty impressed with the fullback from Hulpe, Lally. Definitely a nice runner.
Okay, what's that?
And that's half time. So at the end of the first half, 19 points to 3 to Rugby Club Gooi over Hulpe. We've certainly got to say that bits and pieces were good, Jimmy, but all in all, pretty scrappy first half to the BeNe Cup.
Yeah, I think you had sparks of brilliance there with Gooi, and I think the Belgians have just figured out how to slow the ball down and deny their backs with the ball. And I think we're going to see in the second half, I think Gooi at least going to put another 10-15 on them if they can sort out with the return of Harry. I think it's going to go Gooi's way.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you had to, okay, obviously you pinpointed a few points there, but so for Hulpe, what do you think they have to do in the second half to obviously come out here and turn that pressure into points, really?
I just think they need to figure out, or not figure it out. They just need to keep those rucks clean and dynamic, and focus on that recycling the ball so they can get it out quick and attack wide where the weaknesses are. You know, if they can stick to that, then I think we're going to see a few more tries.
Yeah. No, well, certainly I think, from my perspective, I think both teams defensively have sort of tightened the screws in the last 20 minutes. And I think the teams need to focus on trying to get momentum and get it early, by the runners being a little bit more creative, maybe using some pluses and minuses, just to get those short runners into space and try to get the momentum. Once you've generated that momentum, then you can look to expose the team out wide.
Yeah, well, like you said, with the inside passes, actually, we didn't see much of that in the second half of this first half. So it started to maybe that was a reflection of the defence.
Yeah, I think it's been a little bit one-up runners in the last 20 minutes, and I think that's where, Gooi, especially Gooi, is showing shape. They're definitely showing shape, and it's about using that shape. So hopefully in the second half they'll start using all that. The hope, I think, for me, I really hope that they hold the ball a little bit longer and use that platform a little bit better than what they have in the first half. I think for the line-out has improved in the second half of that first half. And I think with Godsmark at 9, we saw a different team.
Yeah.
And I certainly think that's slowed them down in third and fourth phase now, where Godsmark has moved into the centres, if I'm correct, and Brieux, the centre, has moved to number 9. I don't know what the meaning of that is from the coach, but only he will know that.
Yeah. They with Gismark at 13, I think they've just, you need a 9 that's going to set the speed, from where the ball's coming from. And with Gismark, I think that was really happening there. So, but I'd like to see in this second half, I'd like to see the fullback from Belgium actually get some support with him.
Yeah.
And that'd make it a bit interesting and actually put some pressure on the Gooi backline. And
yeah, absolutely. I think Gaspard Lally has had a standout first half. So for me, I think if I look at players from La Hulpe that have stood out for me, the big man number 5, Pierre-Paul Mapu, and Robin Fassart in the forwards, the captain number 7, definitely doing most of the carrying and the hard yards. And then in the back line, I think Godsmark and Gaspard Lally for me are the players that have stood out. And I think those are the players that need to touch the ball a little bit more, get more involved, and hopefully in the second half that'll happen.
Yeah, we will see.
So what we'll do now is take a quick break, and we'll be back for the kickoff in a couple of minutes. So if you've just joined us, halftime score, Rugby Club of Gooi 19, La Hulpe 3. See you later.
Gooi.
Ik denk altijd 6 uur. Dat ligt wel erg laag bij jou. Ja, laat ook wel aan. Eux, ils rejouent après et on leur cache juste derrière. Ouais, c'est là, il faut que le faire. Non, mais les apprend. Ouais. Mais d'un coup, on change, ils font une, on passe quoi. Et nous, vu qu'on a l'habitude de jouer des simples.
Man's already visible.
Okay, good afternoon. Welcome back to the second half of the BeNe Cup between Rugby Club at Gooi and the Hulpe Rugby Club from Belgium. If you've just joined us, the score is Gooi 19 and Hulpe 3. With me in the commentary box is James Colvin. And James, expecting a better second half?
Yeah, from both sides, to be honest. Yeah, I'm expecting to see Gooi put on another 10-15, and I want to see the Belgians, use their back three a bit more, and I want to see a bit more support around their back three. So that'll keep it interesting, I think.
Yeah. Well, I must say the scrum's been pretty interesting. I thought Gooi would be a little bit more dominant. They've had one tight head, which is obviously a good job, but expecting a little bit more there. But
first scrum of the second half, yeah. Gooi just off the play.
Langeland's in a good position there. So referee doesn't think he's in a good position. Mr. Cateau, John Cateau from Belgium. So boring in number 1, Hugo Langeland. Probably a fair enough call.
He's up to his old tricks, eh?
So Moffat's not going for the 3. He goes for the corner. It's a good kick.
Send one of the ball boys into the canal there to go get that.
Yeah, they've got a little boat apparently, so the ball shouldn't be a problem. But this is what we need. This is the start. So I hope if they can score now, that'll put a little bit more pressure on Gooi, especially with the yellow card still in play, with Harry Lyford in the sin bin for another 4 minutes or so.
One for the yellow, one player off.
Okay.
Scrappy line out by Hulpe, but they still have it. They'll look for Pierre Isope to carry. Good line speed from Gooi. Rayo, Moffat. God's mark.
Nice flat ball.
Oh, the big boy, Chakrani. Chakrani. Look at him go, Chakrani.
Almost lost the ball there.
This is better from Hulpe. Moffat. Advantage from the referee. God's mark sends it out. Oh, it's a pity. Pity that Simon could not hang on to it. But second penalty here for Hulpe. This will put the pressure on. Moffat's looking to take quickly.
Quick tap.
Referee says no. That's unfortunate. Moffat's will look to the touch line. So the yellow card seems to have come back. Lyford's been replaced by Sean Pickup. Welcome back to the game, Sean Pickup, after a long a year off with the injury.
It's going to be interesting to see if he's still got it, eh? He's got quite an exciting player to watch.
So La Hulpe will have to get Carried back by Rugby Club at Gooi there. She's 5 minutes from your own line. You certainly don't want to be tapping balls back. But yeah, carried over by Ono Mackin, so the scrum will go to the hook. I wouldn't be surprised if you see the 8 trying to go in the corner here. Oh.
You get a good feel of the energy on the field, eh? The boys chatting. It's good to see.
Yeah, this is definitely a pressure moment here. This is very important for Hulpe to get points, to come away with points here, and it's obviously important. I think if Gooi can hold them out here, that'll be huge mental.
Yeah. Would you say do or die here for Hulpe?
No, I wouldn't say do or die yet. Number 16. Hulpe carries. Oh, he's held up. Yeah. Moffat. God's mark. Oh.
Pressure on with T. Put the pressure.
Oh, T. Campbell comes away with it.
Great work.
Sorry, Jim Bullrake carries it up. Gooi will look to keep momentum here. Yorna. Great line by Andrew Hell.
Great line.
Yorna with the kick.
Oh, great spiralling kick for the touchdown.
Oh, it just doesn't bounce. Oh, they'll take that as a good territory one. Great turnover from T. Campbell there. I think, you know, again, it's such a pity Godsmark couldn't find Gregor Simon there because he was in for money. And lucky bounce of the ball there for Gooi, I think.
I think it was very lucky for Gooi there not to get a conceded try in that situation. Also, very missed opportunity for the Belgians. You know, that was the time to really climb back into the game and have a good start for the second half.
Yeah, well, look, I think if you look just before halftime and just after halftime, that's the time you really want to put a team to the sword, and that's where the Hulpe had the chance. Now Gooi will have a chance, and let's see what they do. Overthrown.
Good collision there.
Good double hit. Andrew Hull making the hit. Chakrani, he's a beast, he is. Controlled this time. Mafats. God's mark. That's better from the Hulpe. This is better from them. They'll want to keep this up now. Try get the stripped away. Don van Dongen. Oi, and the referee.
He wasn't happy with that.
Looks like a high hit. High hit, Mr. Kato says.
Did he reach into the pocket?
No, just a warning. Keep it down. Well, on the other hand, you know, high hits these days, you're lucky to stay on the park.
Yeah.
Moffats.
Daniel Smash cooking the raw end of the ball there in the face.
So Pierre-Paul Harold de Moffat will want to try get this ball in nice and straight and to the jumper. My money's on Chakrani going up here. I don't think you have to lift him much.
No, he's already halfway up there.
Fassards takes. Breyer. Moffat. Simon. Looks like Gaspard Lali's off the field. Again, Hulpe. That's better. That's better. That's better. The pluses and the minuses. Good carry there by La Hulpe. This is better. Maffarts.
Building
Out the
pace.
back to God's mark. Caught behind the advantage line, or the gain line, should we say. Good defense from Gooi. They're managing it well. The line speed's good. Taking the territory when they need to. SOP carries for La Hulpe.
They're making load work for it at the moment. 'Cause, yeah, they haven't gained anything. They've just been going side to side. So.
Great offload. Maffarts. God's mark. Here we go.
Here we go. Great footwork.
There's Gaspard Lally. Unfortunate by Gaspard Lally. Forward pass, but he is definitely an exciting player to watch.
But that was interesting there. He had a guy either side of him. It was, I think they were working on it.
I think, you know, as soon as the Hulpe have brought in the little pluses, the little minuses, you know, inside and outside passes and let the ball do the work, you see them making some good meters.
Yeah, especially in this last little play around the side.
Both front rows down for Rugby Club of Gooi. A lot more talking in the Hulpe at the moment, a lot more energy. Maybe they've got their tails up, and hopefully they can convert this pressure now into points.
Yeah, you could see if they can climb back up there, right? And definitely a change in attitude.
So Hugo Langelaan getting some attention, the Dutch international. Formidable loose head prop. Captain of the team. He's done a fantastic job last season as captain. He's led from the front, led by example.
Yeah, literally. He's a great captain. You know, says it how it is, doesn't take anything from anyone, and sets a great example.
I think, you know, I don't think Gooi are going to kick here if they get the ball. I think they're going to have a run here. Classic, definitely the right spot on the field to have a crack, isn't it?
It's a great spot on the field.
Players back expecting a kick, unless the Hulpe can put pressure on the scrum.
Ball's coming out.
Oh, he's way offside.
Threads it through.
Peter Brekelmans carries, quick ball to Carlos. He reverses it to Bullrake. Oh, this Terry. Yellow from the Salmon. Well, we were wrong about that, weren't we?
Yeah.
Kick by Jürgen Jorna down into La Hulpe. It's half into the 22.
Attacking opportunity for Lewis here. See if they can
Gaspard
convert.
Lally. Moffat's has to join to try to secure the ball. So Chakrani won't pass, that's for sure. Good take by SOP.
Good meters there.
Good meters, yeah.
They're working a bit of a shotgun here at the moment.
Moffat's. Oh, there we go. Out to Simone. Here's Gaspard. This is the danger man. Not held in the tackle. Great offload to Simone. Moffat's there quickly. Gooi in all sorts of trouble here. All they have to do is get this through the hands. Moffat's. This is good play from the Hulpe. They need to keep the pressure on. Oh. Fassat will carry.
That's a bit of a shame to see that there. They were building some great pressure and lost a bit of the structure just before the penalty.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the Hulpe there.
Yeah.
I think it's a really tough call. Gooi were in 6s and 7s. They were there for the taking, and you know there was no killer blow, unfortunately. T. Campbell seems to be struggling with his lower legs. either cramp maybe this early in the season. Doesn't seem to be happy about leaving the field, and we have a big boy joining us now for the Hulpe. This is he's definitely part of the front row club, that's for sure.
He's a very big boy.
Unfortunately, we don't have his number or his name, but all we can say is that he certainly was born when meat was cheap.
Yeah.
Terence Yorna takes the game up to just before the 10-metre line. As we were saying, 52 minutes gone. This is the first game of the BeNe Cup. Obviously, Dioc are away to Dendermonde in Belgium today. Another game for a Dutch team is Hilversum against Sangui later in Hilversum at 5 o'clock, which will be live here with, I believe, Mark Visser as the commentator, so it should be an entertaining game.
Be exciting game.
Yeah, and then just as we watch this line out,
Shawnee having a little sliver through there. His nickname is the Eel. Good carry from Andrew Hull. Nice set up for Carlos. Good passage of play of the boys. Spoke too soon there. The ball's gone to ground. And now there's a lot of pressure on Gooi. Mumbo to clean up.
And the last game that will be taken, they can play off his feet here onto Mumbo's back as he's retreating. The last game is Rugby Otijis against Umumunu in Belgium. Excuse my French. So the top four from the Netherlands against the top four of Belgium. It will be quite interesting to see if the top four of the Netherlands is the same by the end of this season. I think a lot of clubs have been actively working hard and recruiting players, but also a lot of young talent coming through the ranks. Some of the teams, I think if you look at the likes of The Hague and Castricum, with very exciting youthful players coming through. I've got a feeling they're going to be pushing hard for those 4, 5, 6 position. I think Hilversum, Gooi and Dioc will be pretty difficult. It'll be tight competition between those three.
Yeah, for sure. It's good that you mentioned that. I think the youth in Holland at the moment is quite promising. I think some of the talent coming through. It's great to see. It's just gonna have to wait a couple of years to see it on the main stage.
Yeah, well, as I say, look, I think the future is definitely bright with the youngsters coming through. I think if you also look at clubs like our Scrum, who are extremely strong with 5 teams, huge members there.
That's big numbers for a Dutch club. 5 teams, it's amazing.
5 senior teams as well. I think the game's getting a bit scrappy at the moment. A lot of stoppages, and we certainly want to see the game to start opening and flowing.
Costly mistake there from the Belgians. The referees decided to give them another chance. Fair enough.
Big carry by Issa Pay, the new man on the field.
The big boy, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's
Mafats to Pierre-Paul Mapu's back on the field, the big carrier. Mafats again. He finds Gaspard. Little knock on there by Gaspard. Yeah, getting back to the era class, I think if you look at, Umumunu have definitely been a club that's come up through the ranks in the last couple of years and made huge impressions. So they'll be there and thereabout again. New coach in Roweti Montgomery seems to have a real positive influence on what's happening there. So
there's a replay from that big hit. Dan got knocked into the next week with that one. He's still walking though, so he's all right.
Well, it's not often you see that.
No.
It's not often you see that here at Sport Park in Naarden. But as you can see, the Hoop very happy and very excited. They really have to cash in here now.
Yeah, they do.
I'm surprised they're going for the line out. I would expect them to go for another scrum.
I would have got, with that display of scrummaging there, I would have taken the scrum. Sure. Great impact from the number 23 from Belgium. Giving Hugo Longline a run for his money there.
Good competition from Jim Bulrake. The Hoop get it back. But it's Breyer carries straight.
Yeah, nice. Great contest there between the two front rowers. Great to see. I think they're playing a bit of tag there.
Bit of rough and tumble there. Dummerfax carries. Yeah. I don't think the Hope will be too worried about that in the sense that, another scrum here. The last scrum, Gooi were under huge pressure. So we expect to see
You've made a tactical substitution here.
Well, we've just been told that number 23, his name is Andre Kuimu.
Andre the Giant.
It's definitely. So, Gooi will look to capitalise here.
Oh, look at those knees, eh?
That's a lot steadier scrum from Gooi. Breakermans to carry in the middle. He gets on the front foot. Andrew Hull carries again. Again, meters made by Gooi. Pick up.
Oh, Sean, dodging way in centre there.
No support there. Hull to play 9. Bulrake. No feet, carry straight.
There's some opportunities on the outside here for Gooi.
Nabisha Bumbo. It's all just one-up runners at the moment. Gooi holding onto the ball, waiting for that moment. Box kick from Tarui. Gaspar takes nicely.
Well-timed hit from Thomas with the ball.
Moffat's with the ball.
Another great hit from Joe Collins.
He's done well as the big man to make that hit.
Yeah, he's actually quite surprisingly quick, the old Joe Collins.
Second go by the Hoop, trying to suck the Gooi forwards in. Great counter-attack by Huey van Fleet.
Hugo wheeling him around like a rag doll.
Isope carrying for Le Hoop.
I really think Gooi need to work back into their structures again. It's starting to, like you said, Gareth, just the one-off runners, very, I can't find a word for it, but, very basic, let's say.
Yeah, look, I think this is, the first 20 minutes, I must say, have been pretty pedestrian, physical one-up runners. Both teams not really showing much or giving much, and I think just a little bit of calm and patience and wait for it and keep the ball and the space will show itself.
Mediocre was the word I was looking for.
Yeah, mediocre, that's a good word there for you, Congo. That's
testing me. I don't have to think much, but when I do.
Ball rake on the line, taps it back. Jorna, pick up, early pass to Brekelmans. Over the line, Colvin, keep clean. Nice quick ball, Van Fleet.
Fleet.
Oh, that's unlucky. But here we go, kick through from the hoop, pick up to clean up.
Schwan with the cleanup. Sean not releasing there.
Quick tap from the hoop, Gooi in all sorts of trouble here. Not back 10. Not back 10, that's it. The referee marks him back.
Hey, he's got a good eye, this referee. He's picking up on a lot of things.
He's an international referee. I don't know the test matches he's reffed, but I have seen him on the international circuit. So he's very experienced, one of Belgium's experienced referees.
Belgium's elite.
Well, you know, Belgium have got a lot of referees on the international circuit, and you know that's testament to all their education and training they do with their referees, and which Rugby Netherlands is actually sort of picking a lot of help from. Our referees are making huge strides with the referee coaching and with all the assistance they're getting now. You know, and I think we're going to see a lot more Dutch referees refereeing international rugby soon.
That's good to see, mate. I think it's very important for the growth of Dutch rugby. You know, they're the guys regulating the local derbies.
Oh, Hulpe, it looked like they could be in. Short, held back.
Yeah, without you guys, in Holland investing in some quality, in education for the referees, you're not going to be able to progress the game.
No, look, I think all part of the game developing. The referees play a huge part in that, and I think you've seen over the last season that there's been some huge steps made. Every referee in the Netherlands now basically has a referee coach, and I think that's a huge step forward.
That's a great thing to have.
Yeah. It's certainly something that I wish to see, that more coaches in the Netherlands actually have coaches. You know, I think it makes a huge it makes a big difference to you as a coach. Or Gaspard drops that turnover for Gooi. This is where they can be dangerous if they can move this ball quickly. Carlos, bull rake carries again.
Great pressure from number 9 again from Belgium.
Jorna with the kick. Finds its touch. Getting back to that, I think, you found with the referees, just to have that mentor, that someone to vent, that someone to help you analyze your own performance and to improve and to develop yourself. I think it's a huge step, and I think it would definitely benefit, speaking from a coaching point of view, it would definitely benefit us. So 65 minutes gone on our clock, and still no score from the half-time score. 19-3 to Rugby Club at Gooi. The hoop, early jump, should be a free.
Oh, brilliant steal.
That's very lucky, I'm afraid to say, from Bull Rake, but he'll take it. Benjamin Stafford on the field now. Hugo Langelaan. Van Fleet. Finds Nick Colvin. Colvin will set it up here. Quick ball by Stafford. Jorna. Brekelmans. Great line, Marvin Gale.
Mumbo not capitalising on that one.
That's better play. That's what we want to see. I think carried by Dim Moffats. I think they're two brothers, the number 2, Harold de Moffat and Louis de Moffat, the 10. Or related somehow.
Is that a coincidence? You never know.
Just calling them brothers. But, beautiful day in the Netherlands today. Definitely worthwhile coming down, having a nice cold one.
Yeah, tastes better when you're sitting in the sun.
Yeah. Watching a good game of rugby. at 5 o'clock the next game. Hilversum against Sangwi. It's going to be a cracker, I think. Yeah, wheeling the scrum. You know, these are really unfortunate penalties to be giving away. The game's really stop-start at the moment with a lot of penalties and mistakes. You know,
It's good to see. It's things have been put in perspective for a lot of guys, I think, to see. Yeah, we can't actually do this. What we've been doing for a while, we can't actually do. So.
Yeah, look, I think the whole point of this competition is to create a level of competition that challenges both countries to improve their rugby. You know, and it certainly hasn't been smooth sailing.
Now it's in place, you will see the benefits.
Chakrani goes up. And Paul Brio's really had a tough time at the back of that line-out. You know, it was not.
Yeah, it's not a place I want to put myself at the moment.
This is tape. Moffats. Oh, this is it. Stretching Gooi wide here. Running straight and hard. To Moffats at 9. There we go, here we go. Sean Pickup. Can he find Mumbo? He does. Mumbo puts the kick in. This should be interesting.
No one home. Oh, and he doesn't get the bounce.
Mumbo chasing. He retrieves it. No one there except Stafford.
Good steal. Off his feet. Fortunate for the Belgians. But just back to that last play, Gareth, that was a double skip they did there. Double cut pass.
Yeah.
It's different from the Belgians today. I haven't seen that all game.
No, look, I think in the second half they've definitely tried to run it and bring that, like you said at half time, you wanted to see them bring their back three into the game, and I think they've tried. If those balls stick, if those balls go to hand, you know, and they get the inside pass or the little support going, you know, we're looking at a different ball game here.
Yeah, of course.
It could be early season jitters.
And most of the time it is.
Yeah. So Gooi on the attack now. Jay Collins to throw in. Taken by Mackin at the back. Hugo Langelaan takes it up.
Yeah, on the 10-metre line now. The
Stafford under all sorts of pressure there. Bullrake trying to help him clean up. Collins pick and go.
Good pick up
Arno
there.
Mackin. Ben Stafford will look to clear this. Langelaan. Colvin. Langelaan in support. He's got to use that body of his. Oh.
He's a little bit worn out, the old Hugo Langelaan there.
Oh, it's interesting. Quick tap by Gooi. Advantage. Another one.
Gooi gets the penalty.
10 metres.
And I think Ben's opting for the scrum there.
I think all his forwards are on their hands and knees, so definitely needs to slow the game down a little bit there.
He's obviously not feeling the burn out there.
Well, it's a nice and hot day here, so the boys will be feeling it out there in the last 10 minutes of the game. Certainly in the second half, it hasn't lived up to what the first half brought.
No, it definitely hasn't.
No points yet in 30 minutes played. So we're definitely hoping that the teams will raise the bar a little bit.
Good credit to the Belgians for turning their game around and actually sticking it to the Gooi boys and telling them, yeah, we're here to play. Unfortunately, a few missed opportunities, denying them a few tries here and there.
So 10 minutes to go in this first game of the BeNe Cup 2018 between Rugby Club and Hulpe here at Narden Park, as I've called it.
Or the Lions Den, as other
The
people
Lions
might
Den.
say.
Huey van Vliet looks like to be leaving the field. Doesn't look too happy.
It's probably just a bit of a dead leg or something.
Looks like Gooi opting for the scrum here. You know, I think Gooi would need to definitely get points here to come away with a try here, put this game to bed.
Yeah,
You know, last 10 minutes you wanna put it away.
Yeah, it's a crucial point for Gooi at the moment. They can seal it.
Also bonus point, and they need the 4 tries.
Yeah, that's also a good point. Yeah, I think Zane will be jumping up and down for that bonus point today.
Good scrum, solid. Stafford waits. Yorna. Oh, knock on. Offsides there.
Not the result they were looking for in that one.
It's been a little bit of the story of today, really. Unfortunately, a scrappy game. But nonetheless, a great start, a great initiative, great start of the season. You know, playing our neighbours. You know, this BeNe Cup, certainly something I'm sure you would have loved to have played in.
Oh, I would have loved it, mate. You know, it's,
Something a little bit different, eh?
yeah, it's actually, I'm appreciating being able to watch it from the side with a beer in hand. It's something I've never been able to do, so yeah, I'm making the most of it. It's,
Bullrake wins it. Mackin cleans it up. Stafford to Langalan. Yorna standing still. If they go blind here, it could be interesting. Mackenzie.
There we go, Mackenzie.
Good momentum. Stafford waits. Gets Yorna. Bullrake carrying hard in the midfield. Chakrani makes a hit. Chakrani trying to steal. Yorna, Mackin. Bullrake into that space. That's a good carry. No support though. Pick and go by Langalan.
The work rate from Jim Bullrake at the moment is quite high.
Yeah, very impressive. Carry by Don. Van Dongen, I think. And turnover.
Another penalty conceded in a crucial spot to shame.
Into the last 5 minutes on our clock. As you know, the referee will have added time, I'm sure, with the stoppages and the injuries that we've had in the second half.
Going back to the BeNe Cup, is there plans to get Luxembourg involved, or not at this moment?
Not at this moment. I think it's important that we get the BeNe Cup up and running and being successful, and then I'm sure it can grow. But for now, it's important about getting the continuity and consistency going. Interesting there.
You've got to appreciate the style of control with this referee, just allowing the boys to just keep playing, you know?
Yeah. Lewip has it now with a bit of momentum. Maffat's God's mark. He's been good for Hulpe in the middle. Strong on his feet, standing up tall. Same way play. Knock down, pick up.
Gooi conceding 3 or 4 penalties in the last 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing, the discipline. Good kick from Maffat's.
Yeah, maybe they're happy with the lead or the buffer they have, and they're just happy to ride it out.
The line, guys.
So a free kick to Rugby Club of Gooi there. Speed the game up, the referee says, please. Rightfully so. Last few minutes of the game. Gooi have taken the scrum. I mean, what would you think here, Jimmy? I mean, you're in your 22, last maybe 4 or 5 minutes of the game. I mean, you don't have the bonus point try yet. You know, do you go for it? Do you close it out?
Yeah, to be honest, if it was on the 22 or a bit further, yeah, for sure would have gone a little tap and go. Yeah, considering they got that big bopper sitting in the front row there, it's gonna, yeah. But then again, got to back your own scrum, eh?
Call from the assistant referee there by the looks of it, pulling in the scrum, referee giving the penalty. So that's another thing that's great, is teams of 3, referees working with a team of 3, all mic'd up, you know, can help each other out. I think makes a big difference to the game.
Oh, that's great. It just keeps it honest, eh?
Jorna takes the game up to about the 10 metre of Gooi's half. I think they'll be looking to finish off strong here. They'll want to move the ball around.
I think if they can convert this line out here and hold the ball, it'd be, I think the back's going to do some damage here.
Jelle van der Salem from the Salmon. Van der Zalm.
With the throw in. Is he
With the
throwing?
throw in.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like McKin. Oh, free kick. There we go. Rightfully so. Consistency.
That's great to see. Consistency.
Slowing the game down. That's all you want. Beer. Carries. Misses. Oh, good hit. Good run by the flanker. Or by the 12, sorry. He's playing 9 now.
It's very...
That is so pay.
These guys are very
Moffat's
good.
calling for it. Here we go. God's mark.
Oh, good hit. Sean pick up there.
Gaspard. Lally.
Good urgency from Thomas Witherball there. Attacking 2 players.
Mapul carrying hard in the midfield. Pickup has been defensively quite solid. Mackin with the big hit on the big boy. Brekelmans toes it through. This could be a try for Gooi here.
Thomas Witherball with the pick up there.
Plays Brekelmans.
Oh, step
Brekelmans
inside,
all the way
back
through.
to the midfield.
Turnover.
Oh, spills the ball.
Isopay for Hulpe.
It's looking a little bit like ping pong here at the moment. The ball's bouncing around everywhere.
The Hulpe have the ball in their own half. Muffat putting it on the toe.
And kicking the ball away again.
Here goes Mumbo. Nabisho Mumbo. Good support there. Can they recycle? Yes, Stafford has it. Plays Langalon. Carries. Don van Dongen. No support. Pick up. Brekelmans. Good line by Hell.
Great work.
Just outside the 22 now. Gooi building some nice phases. 80 minutes has gone up on our clock. Picked up from Jelle van der Salm.
Gooi taking a bit of time to get this ball out at the moment.
Referee has a look. Stafford digs in. Pick up. Turnover. Muffat.
taking a lead.
Gaspard. Here's the danger man. Oh no, here's the danger man. Forward pass from the ref.
We're looking at about another 5 minutes to go or so here, I think.
Yeah. 5 minutes to go, as you heard
yeah.
from the field.
Sean
Players really look dead on their feet out there. First game of the season, definitely will be pulling of the old lungs at the moment. Huh?
Oh, for sure. I think a few boys are hurting out there.
Supporters trying to motivate the Gooi team just to finish this off.
It would be nice to see someone close off with a try. Yeah, something to get excited about.
Yeah, well, you know, in 5 minutes, you never know. A lot of things have happened in 5 minutes. I mean,
how long does it take to score a try, mate?
well, the way the boys are playing at the moment, it's taken the whole second half. We haven't had a try, and hopefully we can finish with one. Stafford gets, feeds Gale, Mumbo. Oh, he's up high. It should be a maul now, and he's got to get that ball out.
Yeah. Well done from the Belgians, holding him up, getting a turnover.
Tap and go. The Hulpe want to go 80 metres. Oh, yes, great carry. Codsmark. To Mapu.
Oh, is that a turnover? Yes.
I think we have a safety call.
Man down.
Looks like Pierre-Paul Mapu from La Hulpe is in a bit of pain there. Referee called time off straight away. Obviously, something not good with him. And once again, we reiterate that player welfare and player safety is imperative and number one. But a great day for the first round. I think Gooi, I mean, if you look at it, Gooi can look at this, okay, win's a win, and we'll take the points and move on to the next game. I mean, their next game is Sangui away next week. Something to look forward to, I think. It'll be really interesting to see how Hilversum go tonight against Sangui. Then we'll have a better sort of understanding of what they'll be up against. And on that note, the referee has called the game.
Full time.
So full time. The final score is Rugby Club at Gooi 19 and La Hulpe 3. As we have a bit of a problem with the screen there, but congratulations to Zane Gardner and his team, and to all the people here at Rugby Club at Gooi for hosting the first round of the BeNe Cup here at Sport Park Naarden, where the results 19 for Gooi, 3 for La Hulpe. Jimmy, happy with the result, mate?
Yeah, win's a win, eh? It's a lot about saying that. There's a lot of things to take out of that. I think the boys will, from Gooi will go to the review session and be able to, you know, pinpoint what exactly happened in the second half that was stopping them from scoring the tries that they needed to score. So.
Yeah, I think it'll be really interesting to see if you're keen to watch more rugby. Just down the road in Hilversum, Sport Park Hilversum will be taking on Sangui at 5 o'clock. The kickoff is there. That also, I'm sure, is going to be a cracker of a game.
I think it'll be a very exciting game, that one.
Based on that, we'll see what level everyone's at, and then from there be able to call what should happen in the next few games. I do know that in 2 weeks' time, the big rivals, arch rivals, Gooi versus Hilversum here at Naarden is going to be an absolute cracker.
A local derby, eh?
First game of the Era Klasse for them. First time in history, I think, that this game will kick off the Era Klasse.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, usually Gooi and Hilversum's a bit later in the season, but so from us here at Sport Park Naarden, we'd like to say good evening. Have a good one, and we will see you very soon. All the best.
All the best, and enjoy the next game.
Wat doe je daar?
Nou, wat doe jij daar?
Nou, ik sta aan de kant waar...
Hier staat mijn fiets. Oh, kijk aan.
So, Hugo Langelaan, the captain of Rugby Club at Gooi. Happy with the performance?
Yeah, I'm happy with the win, but second half could have been a lot better. Credit to the guys from Hulpe for coming 4 hours here and yeah, really giving us a fight. So obviously happy with the win. Happy that we didn't let any points in, but still some work to do.
And you talk about still some work to do. What do you think those points are?
Yeah, well, I mean, after talking to our coach, there was some points like the communication and the teamwork together, especially in the backs. A lot of opportunities, didn't finish it off, so it's going to be a hard look in the mirror for these points. And yeah, I mean, we got to be better every week, and at least we've got a lot to work on, so that's great.
All right, you guys. So you must be very happy with the result. Saying that next weekend you're away to Gooi. Do you have any expectations of them yet?
Yeah, I mean, I expect a hard game. Just like today, we see what these guys have got in them, and yeah, we're gonna have to plan correctly, especially with the travel. Make sure that we're fresh and we can get straight into the game. Not let them get in front of us and have to fight back the whole game.
Thanks very much, Hugo. All the best.
Thanks, Gareth.
Robin, first game of the BeNe Cup against Rugby Club at Gooi. How did it go?
Yeah, well, obviously we wanted to do better. We came here for the win. It didn't end up this way, but it was a good game overall. I mean, these guys were very good, so we needed to start the season somewhere. We just didn't know what to expect because it was the first time the BeNe Cup happened, so we really didn't know what to expect. We traveled here, it was like a long drive. So yeah, overall, I mean, we're not going to look at the results because obviously we wanted to win, but we're looking forward to the season, and we know what we need to work on now.
Okay, so if you look back at the performance today, where do you think you guys really struggled?
Well, I think it was like an overall problem for us. Like we just like dropped some balls here and there in the lineouts. We didn't do great. Sometimes we made not that good of decisions, so we have to just improve a little bit here and there. We just need to come together at practice, and we need to work more and more about like every single aspect of the game, because we did like we had like a good game overall, but I think it was really like just a couple of mistakes here and there that just didn't help us today.
Okay. Next weekend you have Rugby Club Hilversum in Belgium. Any expectations for that?
Well, again, now we see that what those guys can do on the pitch. So obviously we want to win at home because we have a history of winning at home, and that's like one of the thing we talked about at practice. We just want to be undefeated this season at home, so that's going to be a key for us. We really want the win next weekend, but again, we're just going to have to work at practice and make sure that we're ready for these guys.
Well, Robin, it's been a pleasure having you here in the Netherlands. All the best. Travel safely back to Belgium. See you.
Thank you.